If this song is about tragedy, there's quite a lot more cake going into face than the average tragedy video. What's up, guys? My name is Comedian, and so was my pappy, and his pappy for him. Now, today's exciting reaction is another BTS reaction. Wait, I forgot what BTS stands for. Bangtan Supreme? What is it? I think it used to stand for something else, and now it stands for something else. I'm already out of my comfort zone, which is good. Hooray for lack of a comfort zone. Somebody mopped my brow. So yes, today is another BTS reaction, and excuse me already revealing my ignorance, for I am brand new on my BTS journey. I'm like a little BTS fetus crawling around, little BTS tadpole crawling along the reaction corridor, leaving sticky trails on the carpets and annoying everyone. So my last BTS reaction was the song Dang, and I say song more like, you know, big slapping firehouse starter, Dang, and the explanation video to Dang, and it was actually cool doing explanation videos. I'm probably going to start doing that for most of the BTS songs I do, because I like to feel informed, you know, even though I have ADHD and the information sort of goes in one ear and then does a little loop-de-loop and goes pew out the other side again. I like to feel like I'm informed, even if the information disappears. Now, today we're taking it back to, I think, potentially some more poetic, more somber storytelling, because this is Spring Day and people have been hinting in the comments that it's about a tragedy or something, which is tragic. But yeah, you know, although I can get very excited and very hyped about the fact that they're excellent rappers as well as singers and songwriters. Well, I guess technically it'd be accurate to say that 3 of them are rappers. Is that right? J-Hope, RM, Sugar, is that right? But yeah, they have an excellent rap line, incredible rappers, but also, you know, what they're really known for, I guess, as a group, is really deep, poetic, psychologically heavy storytelling, and a song about a tragedy sounds like it might be that. But just quickly, if you're new around these here parts, then if you're setting sail on the seas of my questionable vocabulary for the very first time, then click the subscribe button. Why not? Because, you know, it's only gonna go downhill from here. Became an Irish pirate towards the end. So yes, I got that bit out of the way. I have to. It's in the YouTube contract. Look it up. So all that's left to do is just to thank a few people for suggesting this lovely song, and then getting on with the reaction. So quickly, I just want to thank Caleb, Anastia Nikolajczyk, and huge apologies for the fact that I probably almost certainly pronounced your name wrong, I Purple You, Hopeful Mang, and JK Waifu. So thanks to you guys, and I know loads more of you asked for this song. Thank you to everyone, and just all of you for being here, for breathing in the same YouTube space, metaphorically, for sharing the air and just hanging out. We're all indoors anyway, so why not? Thanks for being here. Anyway, now I've fumbled my way through sort of an introduction, let's do the reaction. It's that classic white bubbly aero chocolate intro, which I've been told means that you're about to get a banger, but this is supposed to be a song about tragedy, so would that be a banger about a tragedy? Let's find out. Oh, it certainly is starting off very somber. In fact, it's so quiet I thought my headphones weren't working. Okay, they're working. Well, this is dark as hell. I mean, not like color-wise or like, you know, visual-wise, because it's white because of the snow, but it's dark in the sense that this poor man is just laying his head down on train tracks in snow. I mean, if there's one thing that's worse than having your head sliced off by a train, it's doing it while your head is also cold. If I had to have my head sliced off by a train, which I don't want to happen, then I would rather my head be sort of warm, swaddled in a blanket maybe. I'm going to stop making jokes about heads being cut off by trains. Now the question there is, was he lying on the tracks dreaming about being in the train and having a nice time, or was he in the train actually dreaming about lying his head in the tracks? Right, I forgot that I should put the subtitles on. Let's do that quickly. The beat is funky. I love it. I love that there's been, what, 2 lines, and I'm already, like, loving the lyrics. I miss you, and saying that makes me miss you even more. Genius. It's genius. It's the nature of like human tragedy and getting over hurt, you know, the loss of loved ones, or even the loss in the sense that, you know, even losing a loved one as in breaking up with somebody, you know, losing a friend moving away, getting broken up with. I already said that again. That kind of stuff, you know. It's a very tricky path you navigate between trying to honor the person by thinking about them, but also sometimes the best way of healing is kind of not forgetting, but just more like allowing the memories to fade. It's not the same thing. Forgetting, to me, implies actively pushing that thing away, pushing the aura of them in your mind away. Whereas coming to terms with something is just a kind of about letting it fade into the background, peacefully. And again, I love that, you know, I can clumsily try and convey that in about 20 lines, and they've nailed it in 2. Good work. Is this filmed in America? Because you got like a Ford Mustang there, which is quite an American car. Although that might not be American plate. Anyway. My heart is running on the time alone on a Snowpiercer. Unless is Snowpiercer a brand or a word for like a snow tractor thingy? Just seems like an iffy translation, although it might just be me being foolish. I can't crack that one. I love that. I don't think I've ever seen anyone make a metaphor or a connection between, you know, being in like winter, you know, I guess like maybe literally or metaphorically, like maybe emotionally, and wanting spring to come, and then linking that to the fact that on the other side of the world, the weather is going to be spring, I think. Have I just messed up space and science? If I have, then, and if you're watching this and you're a scientist or a spaceman, then apologies, but I think that's what they're getting at, and that's genius. I love it. See, if this song is about tragedy, there's quite a lot more cake going into face than the average tragedy video. Well, I get to you a little faster if I was the snow in the air. It's like poetry for children. I don't mean that as in like, it's like a childish poem. I mean, it's like reassuring, like, just like heartwarming kind of. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it well, but I like that. This is kind of a banger, kind of. It's more upbeat than I thought it would be, considering people said it was about something tragic. But it has that kind of, that negativity to it, like, as in kind of a cold sound. You know, I guess that would be like minor chords. I don't know. I don't know anything about music, that's embarrassing to admit out loud. I just had a complete existential crisis in 1 nanosecond about what I'm doing right here in this chair. But yeah, I guess they're using like minor keys or something, you know, kind of like, it's upbeat, but also sad sounding, like wistful sounding. It's cool. So something else interesting about this is a few people in my comments said that the way the song has been tied into a tragedy, which I'm still not quite clear on which tragedy it was, is not necessarily fully accurate. They claim that one of the band members came out and said that, you know, that's an interpretation, but not necessarily what they were going for, which is interesting because for me, and this is what I like about BTS's things, they speak to such real emotions that it's very applicable to a lot of things because, you know, emotions are the universal language. So for me, this is making me think more about distance and like long distance especially. I don't know if you guys have been through a long distance relationship. I certainly have. There was a period where I forgot to take my favorite blankie to university and I just was without it for a year. But yeah, if you've been through a long distance relationship, like this hits hard. I mean, that time of my life, the blanket time, it really felt like time slowed to like not even a crawl. Like it just felt like time turned off. You know what I mean? Like every day felt like a year. It was unbelievable. And this is just summing it up so well for me. If anyone else has been in a long distance relationship and can relate, tell me in the comments. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I have no idea how old these guys are. They could be 30, they could be 12. I have no idea. That's enviable. I need to work on my moisturizing routine. Oh, I love that pink hair. I actually been experimenting with dyeing my hair recently, just out of, I guess, you know, quarantine boredom. And yeah, that he's done a lot better than I did. See, now I'm honestly thoroughly befuddled at this point that some people are saying this is about a tragedy, because I guess I can see it, but it just seems, I guess to me it's speaking to me so personally about like relationships and love and kind of stuff like that it's hard for me to see it in that vein. But that's a good, you know, again, that's just a proof of a really fantastic song. It means it can relate to you in such a hardcore way that it might not even be anywhere near the real meaning, and you can be like, no, this is it, because it just speaks that well. It contains that much emotional breadth in it. I love the conversation about people changing. Like, I think the way people change, especially around the age of, like, I don't know, like, let's face it, I don't think human beings count as human beings before the age of, like, 18. And that sounds a bit fascist. I don't mean that properly, but if I had to, like, sit in a room with me, age 16, it would be like sitting in a room with a stranger. You know what I mean? Like, I've changed so much as a person that I don't know, it would be really bizarre. I mean, I guess that would be bizarre anyway, but just aside from the fact it would be, you know, me with my little hamster cheeks I had back then, all that stuff. Forget all that. If he had a bag on his head and it was just conversation, it would weird me out, because I'd be like, who are you? And he would be like, who are you? And that would basically be the end of it. But yeah, the way people change between the age of, like, basically teenage years to, like, late 20s, early 30s, whatever, is fascinating. Yeah, that's what this made me think of. That's wholesome. It hurts less than to blame you. That's good. Don't cling on to negativity, people. It doesn't get you anywhere. Try to exhale you in pain like smoke, like white smoke. This is interesting. This is already going back to what I said earlier, maybe even before the song started, about forgetting and letting go. I like all the imagery in this song, which, you know, goes back and forth between situations of people having a really good time, like the party, fun fair, you know, or even just like being on a train, and then like the joint imagery. You got these people running around him having fun, and he's just stood there looking sad. That's like sums me up whenever I go to Disneyland. And if this is discussing death, and even if it isn't, it's touching on that interesting thing of, like, sometimes the idea of being told, oh, you know, well, you get to see somebody eventually, even if it's like, oh, you get to see them in a year, or even if it's like, well, maybe one day when you pass on into the great beyond, you'll get to see all your loved ones. It's like, well, will I? And the idea of waiting and maybe eventually seeing someone doesn't really make up for the pain of loss. Nothing lasts forever. Very true. Whoa. What is this? Alright, well, maybe this is more clear imagery about a disaster, because they're like sitting on a pile of clothes. That's creepy almost. Like, that's like, I mean, that's powerful imagery. That's giving me chills. That's like the kind of thing you would see, you know, like a Holocaust museum or something. That's intense. They're great actors too, really. Even just this scene, it's a very simple, like, camera tracking shot, but I don't know, just their expressions and everything and the body language, it's really giving me feels, like, really uneasy feeling. There's nothing creepier than an abandoned kids' playground. Or an abandoned children's hospital. I went to one once with a stranger. That was a weird time. Man, I can't wait to see the explain video for this, because there's so many things, there's so many feelings and so many emotions here. I don't know why, but there's something in his facial expression that's very slow-pokey right now. I need to learn their names eventually. It'll take me a while, but I'll get there. But whoever that bloke is, he's doing a very good impression of a slowpoke. And spring finally came, and very creepy imagery of some shoes. Ooh, and the music just cut out like that. And the tree at the end. Okay. That was a lot. That was, wow. Yeah, I don't know what to think. I honestly, I guess that's why I'm not having a go at you guys, you know. I appreciate all the backstory and all the info, and it's my choice to read it, but that's why sometimes I prefer going into stuff completely ignorant, and why I see my ADHDness as a superpower for reacting, because it could be nice to form your own opinions. And the whole time I was going back and forth between, like, wait, this can't actually be about a tragedy, towards the beginning, or like, this is just about relationships, and then towards the end I was like, well, actually, this seems very, very sad, and like, and quite sort of ominous and creepy. So I guess now I'm gonna watch the explanation video, definitely. I might do some more reading up on it on Wikipedia. I'm now thoroughly aroused in the completely not even platonic, in the scientific, informational way. My attention has been aroused, and I need to find out. I'm going to be doing some googling. I need to get to the bottom of this. Thank you very much for suggesting that. Like I said, keep your eyes peeled. This thing for a reaction video, obviously. No, a reaction to the explanation. I will be doing that ASAP, because probably right now, actually, depending on how much time I have. But you don't need to know about that. The main thing I can say about that is it's just another incredibly like poetic, deep, and emotional song in the BTS roster, or the roster of BTS songs that I am aware of, which is very, very small right now. But you can help make that bigger, of course. Please suggest more songs for me to react to, or interviews, meme videos, whatever it is, in the comments. Love reading your suggestions, love reading your comments. If you got this far and you aren't subscribed, then you should probably tick that box, tick that bell, subscribe, like the video, comment, already said that, all that stuff. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yes. And remember, if you like my reaction to Spring Day, then click the subscribe button. Click it, I say.